Alright, welcome back everybody. We're going to go and do a pod review somewhere back here. We see what we got ready here. I think we can do one on, I got a couple ready, so I'm going to work on a couple of these pod reviews, hopefully today, and not get too overburned, because once I get too cooked, I have to stop doing pod reviews, so that's why they take so long for me. So I think this one's ready, and this is called, if I could get down here and show it to you. Yeah, Ahuachapáu. What is that? I can't pronounce that, guys. Aji, I'm going to butcher that completely. I'll put the correct name in the title and description. I think it's Aji Ahuachapáu or something. I don't know. But there's a couple of them ready on here. Some of them have been damaged by the slugs, unfortunately. And that is part of the problem of growing here anyway. I never expected the slugs to come into my greenhouse. But, yeah, they got in there and did some damage. This one's almost dry. Yeah, they chewed it up. Pretty darn good. Here's a good one right here. I don't know how to be good. Maybe not 100% ripe, but it's ripe enough. Ripe enough for us to get on it. And I got another one here. Pull this one up here. And get that off. Yeah, you see what the slugs do? They get in there. I'm going to be laying slug bait down in here. Probably an inch thick all the way across the entire floor and underneath here. I'm going to lay a real thick bead all the way around slug bait. It's going to be so much slug bait here, it's going to stick. My shoes are going to stick to the ground. I have no choice. I have to do it because the slugs got in here and they made a home here, and now they're just absolutely destroying everything, you know, I got in the greenhouse. They're just destroying all my pods pretty badly too. I've never seen it this bad. It just got worse and worse and worse. So now I got to deal with it. So here's one. Could probably do a review on this one. It's pretty ripe. It's starting to dry out already. The bottom got either bitten by the slugs or bugs, but it's still a good pod. I think it'll be edible. So let's give this a go and see what that tastes like. I'll show it to you really quick. We got some sunlight out today. Nice little ahi. It's definitely an ahi. There's no flowers left on it, but I'm pretty confident it's an ahi. You can see it's got that long, soft stem like that. So let's turn you around and give that a go. All right, welcome back, everybody. We're going to do a pod review today on this pepper right here, and this is called the Aji Ahuachapáu. I don't even want to attempt to pronounce that. I don't have any idea how you would pronounce that one. But the correct name will be in a description and a title. But this is the pepper. This is what it is. It's apparently an orange pepper. And don't know much about it. So let's bite the end off of that so I don't eat that nasty little thing. Rest is good on the inside. Let's give that a go. Nice and fruity. Baccatum fruity. It's pretty nice. It had a little bit of a tanginess going on there though. It had immediately the baccatum fruitiness. I call it baccatum fruitiness because it's a fruitiness, or berry-like if you want to use the ahi terminology, but not like a habanero fruity. Nothing like that at all. Baccatum's got their own fruity flavor. So this is in the baccatum fruity flavors. It did have a follow-up tangy flavor afterwards. It was a little bit on the tangier side than I probably would have wanted, but it's been an off year for peppers this whole year. This whole year for me was not one of my best growing years. Winter came in really early. Came in very, very early, or fall really came in very early. We got our first frost in first or second week of September, so we got pretty much wiped out all my tomatoes, and it was just a very short growing season. I really couldn't get out until roughly June, and the end of my season was basically, I mean, yeah, the plants are still growing in here. It's still warm, and I still got to bring a lot of these in. But at this time of the year, the sun is so far back on the horizon, it's like the plants are like stunting, even though they're getting regular sunlight. At this point, I need to increase the amount of light per day, and that I have to do artificial lighting. And so it's just been a really short year, man. It hasn't been a good growing year this year. I'm hoping next year is going to be a better year, because I'm going to be reviewing probably another 150 brand new varieties of peppers, and you know, I need this whole greenhouse to be set up to handle that. And I got to be out here in April and May. If I can't get out here in April and May, I'm going to have a problem. So, but anyway, let's take another bite off that and see what it tastes like. Again, it's a nice pepper. In general, the flavor seems to be pretty mild compared to some bacatums that I eat, some ahis. It's not very strong. It's a nice light flavor. It does have a typical type of baccatum flavor, but this one's different. It has, I don't know, it's got like a tanginess to it, but there's also an aftertaste that doesn't necessarily taste like baccatum. That aftertaste, that fruity flavor in the beginning, that kind of disappears relatively pretty quick. And then the follow-up flavor after, it's a nice type of flavor, almost annum type flavor, like cayenne or something like that. Almost like a nice flavor follow-up. Talk about that heat a little bit. Now the heat is pretty nice. The heat on this thing is, it's maybe mid-range baccatum flavor. Again, when I talk about the heat on bacatums, a 30,000 Scoville on the baccatum's like 150,000 on a Chinense. So this particular heat on this thing, I'm going to throw that number right out there and tell you how it affects my mouth. I'd say this thing's probably between 8 and 10,000 on Scovilles with the baccatum type heat. It's not very bad, but it is pretty hot for a baccatum. It's heating my mouth up pretty good. Now, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about when I talk about baccatum burns, a baccatum burn is a very smooth, glowing, full circle, fully encompassing type of burn. It's not stinging, aggressive, and very pinpointing type of a burn like a Chinense or even an annum would be. The burn on these bacatums they spread themselves out across your mouth, and it's more like a warm, acidy type of burn, as if you drank sulfuric acid a little bit. It's just slowly burning into your mouth. Now, the way it's hitting my mouth right now, it's pretty much hitting most of my mouth, except for like the sides of my mouth. Hitting the tip of the tongue all the way back, pretty much. Hitting the back of my throat pretty good right now. For a baccatum, that's, I don't know, I don't normally get back of the throat burns with bacatums too much, but this one's getting back there pretty good. Pretty strong, and it feels good. It feels good. I like that burn on the back of the throat. It's definitely got the whole front of my tongue burned. My lips feel like they're burning. A little bit on the gums, mostly the tongue, around the edge of the tongue, all the way going towards the back, mostly on this side of the tongue going back, because I guess that's where I swallowed it. And then it hit the tonsils in the back, very slightly in the neck, not really going down, it's warm. But it's a pretty aggressive burn for a for an ahi. It's not your typical, you know, mild ahi type burn. This thing's got some kick on it for a baccatum. So it's a very nice burn. I like it. As far as the taste goes, how would I rate that the taste on this thing? It's pretty good. It's different. That berry-like flavor really comes in up front, and that aftertaste, that's the part that I like more, is the aftertaste. I really like that aftertaste. I don't know if I should call it a, you know, an annum type of an aftertaste, but it doesn't necessarily taste like baccatum. That baccatum berry flavor disappears, and then you're left with the flavor of the pepper, basically, and it just tastes good. It's a nice flavor. That the tangy part really works with it. But that's about it, guys. What I'll do is I'll leave the information in the description below. I'll also leave a link that'll bring you over to the website where you can purchase seeds if you decide that you want to give this one a grow for yourself. And that's it for the pod review on the Aji Ahuachapáu, whatever it is. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you on the next one. Take care.